I'm Heather Nicol from Nicholsworth Publishing here in Regina, and I'm very pleased to be part of SaskBooks Publishing Week Digital Tour.
Yay, thanks for coming in, Heather. So can you tell me a little bit about what your Nicholsworth Publishing does?
Your Nicholsworth Publishing is a hybrid publisher. That means that I work with authors to publish their books and distribute them.
What's the biggest challenge that publishers face in the marketplace right now?
Oh, that's a very good question. There are a number of challenges, but the biggest one is the lack of bookstores and making sure that people know that SaskBooks are available and where people can find them.
What about distribution? What kind of challenges do you face when you're trying to get books out into the world?
It's mainly a question of books sell by word of mouth. And just like all things do. So it's a question of generating that word of mouth in multiple centers so that people are looking for a specific title. Books are available, are easily found by, when you're searching them, but it's a question of when there's so much other noise, everybody else wants their book to sell too. So it's a question of making your book stand out or the ease of access to your book.
How important are things like book awards for that discoverability?
Actually, really important, because that helps to generate the word of mouth both on things like social media and in book clubs and on the little stickers that you can get sometimes assist with making your book stand out on a shelf and attracting a reader's attention.
What are some of the new books that we can look for from your Nicholsworth Publishing?
I actually have a couple of books on press right now, which is very exciting. One is a really lovely bedtime book about angels, and that should be coming out in November. I'll have that one very shortly. And the other one is a quirky book written by Saskatchewan author Marie-Elise St. George, and it is called An Assortment, Darkly Delicious Literary and Visual Oddments. And it is exactly what the title would suggest, which is a collection of writings of both fiction, short stories, as well as poetry and some of her visual art, which is quite stunning. She's also included some cartoons in there, so it's quite a quirky collection of oddities.
If there was one thing that you could recommend to writers or to people who are looking into getting into publishing, what would that advice be?
One thing. I think it would be to know your material inside out and backwards so that you're prepared for the editing process and know what needs to stay and what you're willing to let go, and always get a professional editor.
Thank you for coming in to talk about your books, and we look forward to seeing them on the shelves.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Happy Book Week!
Happy Book Week!